the enigmatic entrepreneur whose words will make you sure. Know, trust, and believe. The master teacher has come to help you succeed. The gem dropper, the truth speaker, the voice in the universe that will bring you to your highest peak. Welcome to the Get High on Motivation show with Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator.
Welcome to life eternal. The time is here, the time is now. So pick up and put on your crown. Goodbye to yesterday. Welcome to life eternal. Y'all, recently I caught myself feeling ignored. And if you know anything about being ignored can be painful. It can be what feels like traumatizing. Being ignored is for the birds. For me, being ignored is an insult. So you ignore me, I am insulted and I am pissed. But let's talk about the truth about being ignored. So first and foremost, I want to tell you that if you have been being ignored, do not be offended. Do not be offended if somebody has been ignoring you. If anything, today we are going to seek awareness. Instead of seeking why we being ignored, we're going to find out today, right? Because that's what you really want to know is why is this person ignoring you? Whether it's somebody in your personal or professional world. Why are you not getting the call back? Why are you not getting a text back? Why are you not getting the love back that you've been seeking? Today, we're going to seek awareness on why we shouldn't be offended if somebody's ignoring us. And yes, of course, love bug, it is you. It is not them. One way or the other. Yeah, they got something to do with it. Yeah, they got some responsibility, but that's on their side and that's none of our business. It's none of our responsibility. The only person that we can do something about is who? Me. That's it. We can't control people. We can't control situations. What we can control is how we respond to them, though. And that's what I want to encourage you to do is control how you are responding to the people in your life, because that is the only thing that you really can control. So the three main things that I come to mind when I think about why people ignore us: one, because of fear; two, out of respect; and three, because they just busy. Okay, those are three main reasons that people ignore us. But let's break that down into more. What are they fearing when people are ignoring us? Okay, well, one, if you are related to me or related to somebody I'm related to, then you probably have a fear of being criticized. Does anybody have that type of fear? And I know we've already started the conversation, but I want to dial back just for a moment and point out that a lot of this is coming from what you experienced as a kid, right? You know, like that fear of abandonment. So just think about it. If you were criticized a lot when you were a child, you probably have a fear of criticism. You probably have a fear of rejection. And so do the people in your life. They're fearing your criticism. They're fearing your rejection. They're fearing your lack of support because they're going to call you with a great idea and they feel like you might shoot it down. People fear that. People fear not being enough or like they have failed us. And when they feel like they have failed us, then they're going to ignore us. Just think about it. If you have a dog or you know somebody with a dog, we all know somebody with a dog and the dog did something that was all the way left and wrong. They might have tore up the house while you were gone. They might have left you a little present on the floor, but the dog is hiding. You call in the dog's name, the dog is ignoring you, or the dog could be right in front of you and doing that little turn the head as if you can't see him no more. And it's because the dog feels like it has failed. The dog knows that it has done something that is going to offend you. When people know they have done something to offend us, they ignore us. As if we the one who did something wrong. They're the one who did something wrong. Why are they ignoring us? It's because of how they feel. They're hiding. Sometimes people are ignoring us because they know that they might hurt us. They know they have the power to hurt us and they don't want to hurt us because maybe they're in a hurt space themselves. And they don't want to put that on us. They don't want to put that energy into our space. So know that they might be ignoring you to protect you. Have you ever considered that? I'm going to tell you, love bug, My goal today is that by the end of this conversation, we are going to shift our perspective of being ignored and start looking at it differently. And hopefully in a lighter light and seeking like that awareness that we really need in every situation if we ever feel like this again, because we're going to feel it again. But like I said, when people are ignoring us, sometimes it is based out of a fear of even maybe some aspect of our personality. Maybe we talk too much and talk too much about ourselves and don't really listen. People ignore folks like that. If they feel like they're being ignored when they're in your presence, then they're going to ignore you when they're not around you because they don't want that experience. They don't want to feel any of these feelings. They don't want to feel not listened to. People ignore the people who are ignoring them. Sometimes people are ignoring us because we're negative, or we ignore people because they're negative. Have you ever called somebody and it seems like every time you call them or every time they call you, all they have is complaints and stuff like that to just, just yang, 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 like all the world is bad. They're just victim, victim, victim. You don't want to even talk to them. Especially if you're a high vibrational person, you've been living your best life, riding the magic carpet ride, and then you got this person that's always gonna come poop on your party because that's all they do is poop on the party because they throw poop parties. They throw pity parties and want you to join them. You're like, no, I'm living it up over here. I don't want to come to your pity party. But that's why sometimes we ignore people or people ignore us. Sometimes it's because people are selfish. And they only talk about themselves. They only care about what's going on in their world. And they only want to know what you think about what's going on in their world. And they don't even care to ask, what's going on with you? Well, how are you doing? I know I definitely have a friend. She will talk about herself the whole time on this whole conversation. And then when it's time for me to talk, then she's ready to get off the phone. When people do that, then they don't want to talk to you. So we have to be mindful of what kind of habits are we possibly practicing or displaying that's turning people off and making them ignore us. Are we taking things too seriously? Are you that person where somebody can't even joke? I know I've been there. If you're too seriously or you take things too seriously or you change everything into a serious subject, then people are not going to want to be around you. They're not going to want to talk to you and they will ignore you because of it. If you're one of those people who never take responsibility for what's going on in your life, you're never guilty. Nobody wants to talk to the person who's never guilty and who's never done anything wrong because we know we have all been guilty. Or if you're living some type of life where you're never guilty in none of your situations or relationships or experiences, holler at me and let me know how it goes because I don't know. Because I know I'm definitely guilty of doing some things that I talk about. I can be the pot calling the kettle black sometimes. But definitely that's why I record this show. This message ain't just for you. This message is for me. I don't want to be feeling ignored anymore. So let's talk about some other reasons why people might be ignoring us. Let's talk about the respect. Like I said, sometimes people are ignoring us out of respect because they don't want to put their bad juju on us because they know they're in a bad space. Sometimes people respect our standards and they know we have high standards and we only tolerate certain things and they not coming on us with that. And that's why they're ignoring us. When people feel like they have done less than what we know they're capable of, they will ignore us. Think about that. We ignore people when we feel like we haven't done something right. And we don't want to show back up until we can show up all the way. Come on, am I by myself? No, I know I'm not. People respect sometimes our vibrational altitude. And if they know we high vibrational people and they know they with the SHIT, then they stay over there. Let's thank them for that. Sometimes we need to be grateful that some people are ignoring us in our lives because we don't need their energy in our space. We don't need their energy in our ear. We don't need that email. We don't need that text message. And so they're keeping it to themselves out of respect for us. So let's let them do that. If somebody's ignoring you, let them ignore you. Okay? First and foremost. Know that also maybe somebody is respecting your new life. Maybe you just started a new business or you just got a new boo and they want to give you space to do that. They want to give you space to focus and they respect what you have going on. So maybe it's not that they're ignoring you, they're just giving you space. Okay? Sometimes people aren't ignoring us, they just outgrown us or we have outgrown them and that's why we no longer connect as regularly as we used to because we've outgrown this relationship. We've outgrown this friendship. Not that we're not friends anymore, but we're just not on the same frequency. We're not on the same vibrational plane. And that's okay. So know that sometimes people are simply ignoring you to respect you. Now, the next thing on my list is because people are busy. Okay, we live in a busy world. People are going and going and going. People are working a job, got a side hustle, got a boo, got a side boo, got kids with the side boo. Come on, man. There's a lot of things going on out in the world that keeps people busy. Also, sometimes, have you ever got that text message that says, "What's up?" or "Hey"? That's annoying. Because people don't have small talk. Small talk is what we do to fill space when we are in person. But if you're going to communicate with me through a text message or a DM or email, get to the point of what it is that you are contacting me for. Because my time is limited. I don't know about you, but my schedule is filled. My calendar is filled. And when it gets empty, that means I'm doing something wrong and I need to get back on my hustle game. You should be busy. I'm going to should on you today. You know I don't believe in shoulding on you, okay? I won't should on you and I won't should on you no more for the rest of the show. But we can be busy. We could be busy, okay? Sometimes people have down prioritized things. Like me, my phone stays on Do Not Disturb a great portion of the day. My phone is turned off or on airplane mode all day on Monday and it's silent on Fridays. And I will respond when I feel like it, when I have time, when I have made time for that stuff. Because like I said, my schedule is filled because I have a mission in mind. I have a vision and I'm clear on my vision. And my vision dictates my day. My vision dictates how I invest my time and my energy. And I want to encourage you to do the same. Maybe it's time for you to ignore some people and stop worrying about who's ignoring you. Okay. I'm just saying. So let's think about this. People might be just focused. Maybe they're just focused right now. They're really focused on themselves, possibly. Maybe someone is focused on their healing journey, and that's why we haven't heard from them, because they're trying to get their stuff together. They're trying to get their self together. Maybe they're trying to get their money together. I remember having guys, and I still get it every now and then, that said they really like me and they really want to be with me, but they need to get their stuff together first. I got to get my money up first, or I got to get. That goes back to respect. People respect you. They're staying away, giving you space. Sometimes people are just focused on building their business or building their career. And their career is what's on the front burner and not their social life. So stop being offended by people ignoring you. Now, with these last few minutes, I'm going to have to go to the spiritual side of things, to the mental, emotional, subconscious programming side of things of us being ignored. Like I mentioned earlier, some of us have a fear of abandonment. And if that's not you, that's okay. It's totally me. I have a fear of abandonment from my childhood. A lot of us just need to do some inner works and do some inner child work. We need to do some healing work and really recognize that where is this trigger coming from, this fear of abandonment, fear of rejection possibly. Sometimes we need to change our expectations because if as a child we were abandoned, we were rejected, then we typically gravitate those same people into our lives, those same experiences. It's because it's what we expect. We expect to be ignored. And so guess what we get? We get ignored because it was our inner expectation. It might not be the expectation that we verbalized, but on the inside, it's what we really think, that you really don't like me or you really don't value me as important. Do you know that sometimes people get ignored just because of that? Because they have devalued themselves? And so people don't want to be around you because you have devalued yourself. But it's only because of an inner conversation. It's from an inner program, a subconscious programming that you may or may not have something to do with, but you do have something to do with you reprogramming yourself and shifting that. The thing is, people align with our expectations. So if you expect for people to do you wrong, then you will be met with people who do you wrong because it's your inner expectation. So we have to start changing what we expect. You may have to start doing some affirmations of what you expect, even if it's from a specific person. You can do affirmations that this person is chasing me down. They love me. They are calling me. They are thinking of me all the time. Also, consider that what we focus on grows. Where energy goes, energy grows. So if you're focusing on a person ignoring you, or if you're focusing on being ignored, then you will only experience that more. So stop calling it to you. Stop calling the feeling of being ignored to you. Maybe we need to change and shift our expectation of the people we're interacting with. If we shift what we're expecting from them, then maybe we won't be disappointed and we definitely won't feel ignored. If our expectation is for somebody to text us every single day, good morning or something, and if they don't do it, then we feel bummed out. But if we switch our expectation and just expect for them to reach out to us when they have the time, when they feel like it, when they're thinking about us, then it'll change. Quite frankly, they might start reaching out to you more if you ignore the fact that they're ignoring you. Maybe you are ignoring you, and the people are just following suit and mimicking what you're doing, mirroring what you are doing. You have to love yourself. Start loving yourself more. Start paying yourself more attention, and the people around you will do the same. When we raise our standards, when we raise our expectations, or maybe lower our expectations, how about that? We can lower our expectations and raise our standards, and people will align with that. When we start treating ourselves differently, the people around us will start treating us differently. So start paying yourself more attention. Start valuing yourself more, and not in your conversation with your friend to the point that you're talking about yourself so much that he doesn't want to talk to you anymore. She is done answering the phone and the text messages. I'm talking about love yourself, have conversations with yourself in the mirror, and let yourself know that you are valuable and that you are worthy. Take some time to do the inner healing work by placing your hands over your heart and closing your eyes. And when you feel that trigger of feeling abandoned or rejected or ignored, that you tell you that I'm here and I got you. I love you and I will never leave you. I will always be here for you. See yourself as a 5-year-old and see that 5-year-old and hug that 5-year-old and say everything is going to be okay. I will protect you. I will always be here. I will never leave you. I will never reject you. I will never abandon you. And take a deep breath. We have to love on ourselves. We have to love on the little kid that's living inside of us that is really seeking attention, that's seeking love. That's why we feel ignored. It's not us, the big us, that feels ignored. It's the little us that feels ignored. So love on your little self a little more, just for today, and see how much of a difference that makes. And for the person that's been ignoring you, ignore their butt. Ignore them. Ignore their ignorance of how bombastic you are. And work on becoming more the bomb. Work on being a person that people want to be around more. Work on being the person that people gravitate to, because some of you have not been taking up space. You have not been showing up fully, and that's why people have not been seeing you or recognizing you in all your glory and all your worth. So show up for yourself first and foremost. Then start showing up in your outer experiences, because whatever's going on in our inner world, whether it's in our mind or in our heart, will make its way into our outer reality. So let's change our inner reality. Let's change our inner conversation. Let's change our inner value and worth, and watch everything magically unfold before us. The perfect life is awaiting you, love bug. Everything you desire, you deserve. Everything you desire, that desire was planted in you so that way you would do the work. So start doing the work. Tune in each and every week with this show. Tune in with me. Let's have more conversations. If you're ready to take this conversation to the next level, then know that you can always book a private conversation with me. Let's start doing some coaching. If you're not ready for that and you just want to do some self-coaching, I have self-coaching courses just for you. Because one thing is for sure, and two things are for certain, that whatever you desire to do, to be, and to have are for you. So let's go out there and receive it, because we have to be in the receiving mode, right? I love you all. I love you. 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 I believe in you. I appreciate you. I value you. And I love it when you come back for more. If I said anything that resonated with you today, please hit a like button, a thumbs up, hit the share button, and share this on your social media page. Share this with 3 of your friends. And I'll see you next week. Be happy, be healthy, but definitely, most importantly, babies, be you, because you deserve the best version of you.
Eternal life, recognize the difference. Start tonight. Eternal life, recognize the difference. Start tonight.
The time is here, the time is now, life is here, living now, a life of tears. Listen now, have no fear, put on your crown, the time is here, the time is now, life is here, living now, a life of tears. Listen now, have no fear, and put on your crown.
Eternal life, recognize the difference. Start tonight. Eternal life, recognize the difference. Eternal life, recognize the difference. Start tonight. Eternal life, recognize the difference. Start tonight.
Well, love bug, since you're still here and lingering around with me, go ahead and be brave. Click the button to send me a message and let me know what you really resonated with. I truly desire to know. If there's something that you have a question about from this episode or another episode, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and ask your question. And definitely, if there is something that you would like for you and I to have a conversation about on the show, then send me a message because I'm here to serve you. You know, I always say the message is for me, but it has the intentions of serving you, love bug. So go ahead and click the button. Let me know what's up. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, I'll see you next time. I'm out of here.